Hello, all. Thank you, Linda, for a nice arrangement and introduction to both of us. So it's a pleasure for us to be part of ISP and present ourselves, which can help to the society as well as our life sciences. So thanks. My name is Sanjeev, and I am a principal process engineer from PM Group, Singapore. And along with me, my colleague Vishal is there. So Vishal, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, good day to all. Myself Vishal. I'm a principal automation engineer working with the PM Group. Yeah.
So can we start? We'll start the presentation quickly. So we are going to share some of the highlights of the digital technologies used in the life sciences industries. So we may not go to the in-depth of these technologies, but we will give an overview, a kind of introductory sessions, what the digitalization is and what digital technologies are used in the life science industries. So can we go to the next slide, please, Vishal?
1 minute.
Yeah, so move to the next, that's title of our presentation. Yeah, so we will start with the safety moments, followed by the introduction and the benefit and challenges, and then the digital technologies in the API, followed by the Bio-Pharma, and then there are like future trends for the digitalization, and at the end we'll be going for the question and answer. So from here, I'll hand over to Vishal to present the safety moment for the day.
Hi. So today's safety moment is ice train actually. So as of we are working professionals in an average in a day actually we are spending around 7 to 10 hours a day, and actually there was watching these digital gadgets, means example like laptops or mobile phones. So definitely there is on the pressure on the eyes. So actually there was some eyes strength symptoms are which is I mentioned here, which is dry eyes, headache, difficult for focusing, fatigue, blurred vision, or neck on pain shoulder. So example like how to mitigate, how to come out from that eye strain actually. So first thing is that you need to be regularly check your eyes, then eyes some exercise. You can do some exercise over there. Watching these gadgets actually you can adjust your font according to you can see easily by your less pressure on your eyes. Then adjust your desktop in according to such a way so you can be easily visualize. Then definitely actually where you need to be wear the glasses and all, so actually you can release your actually eye pressure on that. And as well there is a 20-20-20 rule is there, means every 20 minutes at least you take a 20-second break and take a look 20 feet away. So actually this will can release your eye pressure and as well as feel relief on your eyes. Yeah, that's a safety moment today. Sanjeev. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I? Yeah, okay, yeah. So thanks, Vishal, for sharing the safety moments, which is very similar, relevant to the today's presentation of the digitalization. So yes, we spent a lot of time working hard in front of the electronic devices, and that makes our health a bit stressful, as well as we need some kind of movement of our eyes following 2020 rules. So digitalization and digitization, I'll just quickly go through a few minutes on that. So digitization is like a word which probably is not very commonly used in our day-to-day life, but digitalization is quite commonly and used by everyone. So like digitization, what is digitization? First, I'll take that. Since digitalization is coming from the digitization, so digitization is a kind of a process where we have the analog information, and that analog information is converted into the digital form. When I talk about the digital format, so it is kind of a binary data, the 1-0 data, the binary data which computer will store, and that will be used around to have a kind of a digitalization. So I'll take the example like temperature transmitter. So we have the temperature element in our life sciences, which is very commonly used by everyone. So this temperature element gives an analog signal of, and that analog signal will be like converted by the temperature transmitter. So this temperature transmitter is a kind of a mode which is converting your analog signal into the digital signal. So this is one of the example of the digitization. Now moving to the digitalization. So digitalization is a process of processing the digital data. So the digital data required to be processed into the various forms. So it will be used for the take the example of the same temperature transmitter. So this temperature transmitter now will be sharing the signal to the controller, followed by to one of the control philosophy where the temperature will be further balanced. So this is the process of converting, making a process of digital. So this is the example of the digitalization. So now moving forward, can you move to the next slide, please? Yeah. So digitalization, why digitalization is considered now? So I'll take these are the major examples why digitalization is considered nowadays. So one is like remain competitive. Nowadays, if one has it like a traditional processes, traditional business where the paper-based business are there, and people as well as the processes have are taking a lot of time to get like moved from one place to the other place. But when we have the digitalizations, we can like reach the information globally of at a part of the section of the seconds. And we can also have like the waste reduction. So the waste reduction means if there is like a kind of a lot of paper is generated as a waste, so that can be like reduced completely by using the digitalization. If there is a lot of manpower is like involved to gather the information, to collect the information, those things can be optimized using the digitalization. Smoother processes. The digitalization helps to smoother the processes. If there is no digitalization, the traditional processes earlier, what we used to do is like we used to collect the information in a physical form, like the notebooks or the papers, and that information used to be collected in one of the place where it is stored. And then whenever we need to retrieve the information, it used to be very cumbersome job for the people. So that things like become very easy by using the digitalization. Error-free data, if I talk about, so error-free data, when a technician is recording the parameters in an API or in a biopharmaceutical plant, so that recording could be like having a potential like chances of error because that's a manual operation. So that manual operations, if it is converted into the digitalization using the sensors, using the IoT-based digitalizations, so that will become like error-free information collection and sharing. So skilled manpower optimization, if I talk about that, so since we know that nowadays we have experienced a kind of a COVID-19 wave and most of our people have adopted the digital way of working. So this has like improved a lot by optimizing our skilled manpower. One of our person who is skilled in certain areas can support the overall globe from working in one place itself. Improved utilization is like once we are like having the digital technologies available with us, so we can have a better utilization of our plants. Efficiency improvements is the outcome of these digitalization. So these are some of the examples which always makes us to follow the digitalization and to be more and more digital so that we can have a better and better business in the world. So can we move to the next, please? So this industry 4.0, I request Vishal to take up now.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjeev. Actually, these are the industry 4.0, the design principles are here. So these are the limited actually. There was quite many actually. So this is the one of the good slide which I found. As Sanju mentioned that actually to driving the digitalization. So I can say that the data is the fuel for digitalization. So once the data is coming from that from the raw material or raw data coming to digital world. So there is the people or the human is attached to the digital system. So there was a connected. For example, all the machines, equipment, sensors, and human they are connected each other. So actually, these digital technologies can help that to take a decision. Example like to solve a complex problem as well as where we have the unsaid actual processes where this digitalization can help can act for us and solve these our issues. So I will start from example. Everyone know about it. Means once the data coming to the system, we can say is collecting data from the edge devices. So definitely, cyber security is one of the good required thing because we have a number of systems are going day by day going to the add-on site. So or maybe we are the systems are exposed to the internet. So actually, the cyber security is one of the key platform now required. So to how to avoid our data to be hacked. So actually, the cyber security is one thing. Cloud computing. So example like cloud computing is nothing but that we don't need to have the IT infrastructure physically. So actually, we can store the data on the cloud. Nowadays, we know that, and we do some analysis over there in the cloud computing. Now we have this mobile technologies. I mean, by using this now, very strong network around us is a 4G, 5G, where you are walking around the plant and you have these mobile devices in hand. So you don't need to rush, for example, like to the nearest HMI to take some emergency actions. You can monitor the parameters, you can control them, and also can put some checkpoint from the mobile devices. So with the help of this mobile technology, which is we having 4G and 5G networks around us, machine to machine also one of the one technology. As of we know in the plant, we do have some different equipments around us, and those are come with the different edge level control systems over there, like a different PLCs are there. So might be they don't have the handshake each others, but now this technology will be can making in such a way where we have this then machine to machine interface easily by using this standard way of communication, like a standard protocols are there. So the handshake will be there, and so there was no delay actually when passing from, which is we know that industrial revolution happened from 1.0 to 4.0 now, where we have this platform available, which is standard protocols available, and then our also life is going to be easy. So one process stop at one end, another process will be no, and then next process will be start. So this machine to machine interface was there. Talking about 3D printing. So 3D printing is something like that. We are using the digital apps or digital solution to draw some complex application by using Plan 3D or Autodesk or Inventor. So we have this 3D paints or the 3D printers available where you can something like critical objects you can be straight away print into the 3D form. So example like we know that actually now we are in the restaurants normally we eat this a plant-based meat and all. So actually these meats also the plant-based meat also can be a 3D printed actually. So there is we know that this industry also can growing over there. So definitely this robotics is next one. So robotics actually can make man's life, or we can say that on plant or in the warehouse can make easy actually to lifting vertical, horizontal to carry one place to another place. There was AGVs are there. There's a cobots are there. So making this technology can easy our handling material handling job easy. Big data and analytics actually where we have this big data. Definitely we have a number of equipments are connected from the floor level equipment. So we are collecting a data at one place. We call it a data lake. So after that we are examining the data. That we verified that data. There is a repeated data. There was a duplicate data. There was unvalid data. So I know that examination will be happening to the big data, and plus we can analyze data for the modeling to take up predictive action. As Sanjay mentioned also, there's the IoTs are there. So we know that where we can grow last time in 90s, 90 or 2000, where we started to emailing the people each other. So that time we have these people of the things, or we are connected each other through the emails. Now you can see all the floor level, even though not in our home-based applications are connected. All the things are connected to internet. So there is a lot of data is available. So the data will come to the you. Then actually the model will become easily to predict. So we have some information from past data. On that past data, we can predict what supposed to be our next action will be there. So this is Internet of Things. RFID technology using for the tracking and tracing. Actually, how much material coming to the plant, how much material going to the process. So this one no need to be manual recording over there. So this kind of RF technology will can help on that. Cognitive computing is nothing but that we have to be a scanners using some patterns and something like we are using actually the Siri and or maybe actually the Alexa. So these kind of things actually, or you are walking on the street and you can see that there was a hotel and then you want to be checked in. You just open the scanner and you can scan that hotel. You can the hotel name or hotel building. So you can get to know how many rooms are available, what are the different rates are available. So these kind of digital technologies can make our life easy. So this is minimum level we can put it over here. What is the design principle for industry 4.0? So we have some squeeze here actually. Sanjeev, this next screen. So there is a two questions are here. Maybe I think what we can see so far. What does the digitalization means? And second one is that what context actually innovation? What does IoT stand for? So maybe you can just put answer over here.
We'll give you another 5 seconds to answer. Can you see the results?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to comment on the results, guys?
Yeah, it's almost I think almost 80%. First answer will around 90% plus. Second one is around 80 plus.
Yeah, so it's good that we have 96% correct answer and 80% of the correct answer of that. So that's good that we are aware about the digitalization and IoT also. That sounds good. Okay, move to the next slide, Vishal.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the questions and answer.
Okay, so as we so far we know that with the digitalization, what means is that, and what are these actually benefits and the challenges which is we are facing. So as of we know, actually is it can giving the real time data to us. Then is the predictive analysis and improve the optimizing our production, improve the quality. Actually, was important quality assurance and regulatory compliance. Because talking about life science projects, so we have a regulatory compliance are there. So by using digitalization, it definitely will be going to be help for that actually. Then after that, that improve the scheduling and resource utilization, increase the plant reliability. So these are some benefits are there. Example like operational efficiency going to increase, improve the process, cost reduction will be there. Definitely means we are increasing our operation cost will be going down. So reduction, production improvement is there because example like we are using all the digitized. There is no manual intervention there on this during this digital technologies. So definitely the production will be increased. Then reduce there about challenges. Actually, the challenge is nothing but you can see the complexity. So, in talking about complexity is nothing but example like client has to be understand where they stand for actually. Where is example like where is my plant to stand for? So example like there was we know that there is a we know have a digital maturity calculation is there. So you need to see example like where is my plan is a manual or we have some few equipments within the plant or they are on the edge control devices. So we need to understand first that are we really can go for that or really we required for that. So that we need to understand really this after I go for the digitalization technologies or digital technologies into my process. So they are really can give me a benefits or that understanding has to be get first and then you can come out from those. So example like we can put a digital technology and really we can see after few when we can talk about returns on investment and then really that process where we are using digital technologies. So the very high cost and then there is a difficulties to can collect the returns on that. But so far there actually was World Economic Forum also can say that. I think we have next slide over there. So whoever actually invest on that, actually on this digital technologies, they already got the quite good returns, and they can see that how they make their life for the process or during operation, how make the operator life too easy by using the digital technologies. So this definitely the why is the high cost is there, because if example like while implementing example like digital technology, we can face any technical issues, or then example not properly analyzed before implementing those. So definitely I think there was the risk of failure, and then it can cause also the high cost. So in this case, what supposed to be the end user or the who going to be use a digital technology, those people has to be contact to their engineering consultant companies or engineering partners to understand that where they can going to be a fit for which digital technology is going to fit for them, and how to be going to be use those. So this kind of risk failure has to be analyzed before it can implement over there. So these are some challenges. Data security concern. Just now we mentioned that we know that data is a fuel for digitalization. Once the data come to the centralized system over there, so definitely we are exposing to internet. So example like there was the data hacking or data manipulation will be happen. So data security is very important. So how to mitigate that? You have to be a strong IT team, or using the proper for firewalls to avoid this kind of incident to be happen. So leadership and ownership. As today we can see now the digitalization was growing rapidly. In Singapore also now we see that who are the old ages. So actually those also people can get trained by the government. So how to use the digital apps, how to access the medical services through a phone. So nowadays people are still scaring to can go for the digitalization, but we now I think people are going to get introduced also themselves to get digitalized. So the leadership, ownership, that one still come to the challenges. But I think now one day we know that ultimately actually we don't want example like still we don't want to example go for digitalization, but indirectly or directly we can fall into the system. Example like we are ordering the food, we are ordering example like goods from the online apps. So is nothing but that is a digitalization. So we are indirectly or forcing ourselves into the digitalization. So better this is the right trend now. So we are now see that digitalization is rapidly growing. This industry 4.0. Now we are talking about industry 5.0. So I think this is the challenge and everyone we have to be put ourselves into over there and try to understand that where this digitalization can bring us. So definitely I think there was people are think about that once the AI will come to the picture, the jobs will be cut and all. No, actually, there was very good sentences are said by the top company CEOs. Actually, once AI will become there, definitely our life will be going to easy. Definitely, there was some on the floor level, there was some jobs cut will be there. So these are the challenges are there in front of us. So these are some benefits and challenges we want to be share with you on that digitalization. So there is one more squeeze here, actually, one more. Are you going to share this one? Yes.
Can you see the poll?
Yes.
We'll give 5 seconds. And the results.
Yeah, it's almost everyone is correct. 97% is the result.
Okay, we can continue, Vishal. Can move to the next slide.
Okay, so this is the white paper actually was released by World Economics Forum says. So we can see that is what digitalization helps actually. So increasing the output up to 140%. The equipment overall efficiency was up to 85%. and cost reduction actually in the operation cost reduction specifically, not maybe in the all processes, maybe there's a few processes over there, 90% over there. Lead time reduction is up to 99%. Actually means we are tracking down all this from distance from the selection until the fabrication to deliver to your site. So there was a tracking over there. So in the reduction up to 99%, on-time delivery increase up to 30%. So these are the what World Economic Forum say about digitalization. So we'll go to the next. Is Sanjeev, can you take over from?
Yeah, so I'll take up from here. Now we talk about the digitalization. We saw the advantages and challenges in digitalization, and we have seen like the outcome of the digitalization, how it is impacting the overall efficiency. Now I will take up to some of the common digital technologies in the API processes. So here is the list of the major technologies which are used in the digital API processes. So like process analytics, PAT, connected facility, MES solution, paperless manufacturing. So digital twins, automated logics, plug and play. So I'll go few of them which are very commonly used in our API processes. Can we go to the next to see which are the digital technologies in API processes? So yeah, so one is paperless manufacturing. So I believe we in the audience, some of us will be from the chemistry background. Some of us will be working in the warehouse. Some of us will be in the production. So do we are we using any paperless technology for our day-to-day work? Can I see some of the chat response if everybody is okay? Can I see in your workspace what is the paperless technology or tool you are using in day-to-day of your job? So I'll give a hint, like probably in the lab, usually the electronic lab notebooks are there, which are very commonly used by a scientist. Same with the electronic batch records. Yeah, I saw Samantha. That's great. Yeah, is one of the tool which makes paperless manufacturing. So, okay, so we have some more multiple examples which are like good holds here as a paperless manufacturing. So like we have the SAP also, like the SAP where we write the raw materials and the supply chain, the Delta V, where day to day our production people are working without using pen and paper. So these are some of the example of the paperless manufacturing, which is very widely used in the API industries. So these are the software-based applications which are completely removing the physical way of recording and monitoring. So using these paperless manufacturing methods, we can monitor the information and we can record the information. And anytime we require globally, we can retrieve this information. So isn't it making the life so smooth when we have the paperless manufacturing tool in the API? So move to the next technology. Yeah. So facility digital twins. So everyone is now having a kind of a little bit understanding on the IoTs. So Internet of Things, IoTs, and machine learning and data science. So these words are like roaming around every individual from a kind of a little kid level to the everybody. So digital twins come out from these models only. So what digital twins do, you have a physical plant, and using the digital twins, you can make the physical plant into the virtual plant. And at the same time, there are different stages of that. You can reach to a stage where your digital twins or your virtual plant will behave exactly same as the physical plant. So this will make a lot of benefits to the users, to the factory, to the people, so that they can gain easily the knowledge from the virtual plant in terms of the training to the people. They can analyze the data which is recorded in the digital twins so that they can take appropriate action on that. They can see the efficiencies of their plant and they can plan how to improve that using the digital twins. So this is the example of the facility digital twin. Can we go to the next one? Yeah, so continuous manufacturing. Since the API process are mostly batch manufacturing processes, and there is a huge pressure of competitiveness in the market, and this is leading to like reduce everywhere time, shorten the time, deliver the drug fast, and that is ending to a target of making the processes continuously. When we make the process continuously, we are reducing the batch to batch time. We are reducing the kind of a analysis time. For example, the pad tools. The pad tools are good examples of the continuous manufacturing where you can have a kind of a continuous real-time data, your data monitoring, your sample monitoring, and based on that, we can understand when my batch is ending, when my actions are required, like the additions of the reactants or dosing of some of the chemicals or precipitating the reaction, seeing the morphology of the crystallized crystals. So these things are making the processes faster, making the things faster. In the continuous manufacturing, Internet of Things based sensors are used, which can like predict the product, how the product is like going to behave, which can control the product to a larger extent. So these are the examples of the continuous manufacturing. Can we go to the next one? Yeah, so track and trace systems. This is also one of the common technology used for the movement of your product from the manufacturing site to the patient. So this is a good example where the US Drug Supply Chain Security Act, they have like last year itself in the November 23rd, 27th November 2023. They made it compulsory that all the products should have a serial numbers. So like that, similarly, Europe has like a kind of a standard to put all the parameters in a master file. And same way, Russia has a national track and trace digital systems. So these are the mode of securing the ensuring that your product is rightly like approached to the customer. Your product is authentic and it is traceable during the transport. So these are the example of the track and trace system, which are very commonly used in not only in the API, it is also used in the Bio-Pharma and the other industries. Can we go to the next one? Yeah, predictive maintenance and calibration. As we know, the classical maintenance methodology is either corrective maintenance or the preventive maintenance. So in the preventive maintenance also, there are like different type of the maintenance. For example, scheduled based or condition based. And then the most advanced is the predictive based maintenance. And this predictive based maintenance, if it is like driven by the Internet of Things, then it will like improve the equipment connectivity in a smarter way. And it will be like predicting when the maintenance or calibrations are required in your particular equipment. And this is going to lead the availability of your equipment for your process. So indirectly, using the predictive maintenance and calibration tools, we can increase the productivity of our plant. So this is one of the example of the predictive maintenance and calibration. Can we go to the next?
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
Sanjay.
So now from here, I'll request Vishal to take up some of the digital technologies in bio.
Yeah, thanks, Sanjay. Actually, in the Bio-Pharma is almost similar. We can see that because this is also a batch application, actually, batch related application for the Bio-Pharma. So the technology is almost similar. So we can see the PAT, MES, the digital twin. So these are also the limited uses we mentioned here, but there was a lot actually. So as we know that we are collecting the real-time data, then after that we have this predictive analysis, improve the optimizing the production, reduce the risk. So as we know that is producing manufacturing of these pharmaceutical products is a complex and rigorous process actually, and that requires attention, always attention. A single error in any steps like no product development or equipment cleaning or maybe labeling. So if example like anything go wrong and the entire batch will be is unusable and then is costing a significant cost to that production company or who is producing that one. So and as well as we have example like wrong labeling or there is a development issue, and then definitely there is a potential hazards for the consumer as well. So digital technology can help them. That we know that they're very important that whatever the regulatory compliances will be can taken care by these digital technologies with the properly as well as to taken care of the codes and they will conduct on with the help of these digital technologies. So few of them I think we can go touch base here. So first thing is that plug and play and the single use. As we know that in the biopharma nowadays we're talking about single use technologies. It provides both actually the benefits and concern. So reduce the energy intensive processes like the CIP, SIP. So using the single use technologies. But while doing that, actually, or maybe we have some special analyzers. We need to be conduct some special testing over there. So plug and play is nothing but that that module in the automation in such a way, then develop in such a way where you can change this kind of single-use equipments, or the example like single-use, or maybe periodically use this kind of analytical instruments. You need just connect over there. So that they will be can straight away have this interface on that level or predefined interface on that level. You can get this information to the process control system or the plant controller. So this kind of, or we can say it's a module type protocols are designed during this digital technology. So there was no anything to be can handshake and then get a data or retrieve data. So this plug and play can also play a vital role in the single use, or maybe wherever we're using this analytical instrument for conduct a special test during the operation. So the next one is enable the operators actually as of we know actually within a facility where we need to be put HMI example always is a compromise and never ideal for all the operation people. So this enable operator in such a way that nowadays just now we talk about mobile technology. So we do have on the plant now on the clean room area, or example like in the annex area where we have this kind of the access points available. Is a Wi-Fi during Wi-Fi or the 4G 5G networks are available. So using these mobile tablets or the headsets, that we can actually can assess throughout what is the operation going on. You can monitor those, you can change set points, you can control them, we can reset them, we can on off them. These things will be can easily possible by using the mobile tablets. And actually, this one will help actually not only come to the process control system, we can able to connect to the OT level platform equipments as well, like MES, or maybe we have the PI system. So we can do a trending, that what's going on in the recipe, what's going on to the sequencing. So all these things can be monitored. So this enabled operator also one of the good nowadays using this mobile technology can help the operation life actually. So the next one is process optimizing and control. The automation is being used for the process optimizing and control to ensure the pharmaceutical operation to meet a regulatory standard and produce the high quality product consistently. So which is we know that example like these kind of critical instruments are connected to the controller, and then after that if example like any batch or example like as per the desired batch what we are looking for after 12 hours 14 hours, and then after that we know that that batch is going out. So these kind of analytical instruments are track or trace into the control system. They will can let us know okay our control system will automatically cannot take that action. Or just now we can see the Sanju will say that example like digital twin. So we have this parallel the simulation go along with our process. So the digital twin will can give us whatever the corrective values, and then we will drive that process control system to open or close that media buffer or whatever the to adjust that back into the come back this batch into the track again. So this kind of process optimizing and control will be can take place also by using this optimization control system. So this is some actually the examples where digital technology which we using in the API and the Bio-Pharma. So talking about a future trend for digitalization, a future trend, or we are already there actually. Digitalization specialists are working with the global clients to establish a proven solution that can produce a real business outcome today and the future. So nowadays, everyone talking about that machine learning and all these things. So data-driven decision making for improvements. So once we have a data, example like wherever we have this, all the equipments on the floor shop will connected through IoT devices or edge control devices, tap the data to the centralized system. So once the data come at that central system or where we have a data lake. So once data is available, so we can see the past some data, and after that we can the model itself can make a decision to how to improve. Or there, I think we know that there was a for the Bio-Pharma we have this a golden batch or something like that. So try to achieve that whenever this batch will be go out. So always there was a corrective action will taken care of that control system to drive that drive to closer to that golden batch. So something kind of this one. Wider adoption of the artificial AI and the machine learning nowadays in the that this kind of future trend is going on. Or currently also we are using this one. The predictive technologies are there. Just now Sanjay also cleared this point. Predictive technologies, as example, like we have a critical equipment, something like AHU, we is serving into the example like our production area. So that AHU control system is just operating that equipment, but as well as that, that how critical that is AHU for that production area. So example like we are putting, because there was a fan, these are rotating equipments are there, to putting some additional, that sensors over there to monitor the vibration, as well as these motors are going to be overrun. For example, like put it additional temperature sensors over there. So those sensors will we can see that because we want the motor to be operate always in the whatever the manufacturer given the rated temperature. If the temperature go away or out of that safe zone, so we know that motor will be can trip or the vibration can be stop that issue. So these kind of things will be can predict because these parameters are not suddenly changed. So they will we know that example temperature increasing gradually. So we can align those equipment or critical equipments put into the for the maintenance mode. So according to that, we can adjust our batches or our production accordingly. Faster time to the market, improve the quality and productivity. So now we are talking about that, where how we can use the digital technologies to how we can make a better quality and productivity. Then definitely asset utilization, improve the asset utilization and higher availability. Just now, just we talk about that AGO example. So how we can make that asset to be a more utilized for to our production, and as well as how this asset will be or equipment should be more available for our production, and definitely the branding and the market shares actually. So as of we example anyone who are using these digital technologies, we are posting those example again. We are using this kind of technology. So definitely there was a branding over there who is XYZ is using this kind of digital technologies. Definitely, I think using this kind of product, there is a less error for the manufacturing and utilizing those kind of digital technologies. So definitely the branding will be there. So far, I say this is our sharing for the today's topic for the digitalization using the pharma industry. So there is one more question actually. I think can we show this question?
Give another 5 seconds. Okay, I'll share the results. Comments on the results? Can you guys see the results?
Yes, we can see that. Actually, the question is the benefits of AI actually. So there was the answer was actually is a work more efficient actually. So there was 43% over there, but also there is a 43% on enhanced integrated data. So actually that data integration job will be done by, that big data, or we have these historians or something like that. So over there, and then there is 13% for protecting data and embracing technology. So the correct answer is work more efficiently by using this.
Okay, thank you, Sanjeev and Vishal. You were racing through your slides. I was wondering whether anyone has any questions. And Sayog Sisodia, who is on our Pharma 4.0 COP as the lead, is on this call. I don't know, Sayog, you have any comment or question? Or if anyone else has any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself or to post in the chat at the bottom of your Zoom window. We have just over 10 minutes. So any comments, suggestions, examples that anyone would like to share?
Hi, thanks, Linda. Vishal, Sanjeev, this was a great presentation. Thank you. One of the questions that I have is, how does an organization go about this whole digital transformation journey? I mean, what are the first steps they should consider or take when they're thinking of going digital?
I think I can say that actually that organization has to be look at themselves where they stand for. Actually, means example like as I said, there was a digital maturity program is there to how to calculate where we are standing actually. On that basis, just now we also discussed about that. So before investing into digitalization, so are really this digitalization going to help me for my process or my product, whatever I'm manufacturing over there? So understand that and then study it in detail actually. Consult with engineering companies or who are the in-house consultant for digitalization. So really, those are technologies are going to be helpful for their production or not. On that basis, I think they need to study over there and then see example like existing plant. So they need to see that okay, there are these all these equipments are on the edge door controllers, or there is a controllers are facilitated to can communicate to the centralized system where the data can be collected. Something they need to start from there actually, where they are standing actually.
But according to you, are there any, for example, the existing facilities, are there any low-hanging fruits that without doing this whole digital maturity study, which takes a bit of time, they can go and start implementing some of the technologies that can help them improve the process or the productivity of the plant?
Yes, actually, yeah, there is maybe example like you can say there is already running over there. So example, like just talking about pad devices. Example like last time, or still I think some industries are still here. They're not using the pad equipments. They can collect the samples and then they bring down to the lab and then they monitor where they are actually are they within the range or not. And then after that they go for the next cycle. So these kind of that continuous operation or continuous manufacturing, these pad devices can be help actually for those. They need to be understand actually there was quite digital number of technologies are available are around us actually just go them and find out okay which is a good solution for us.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sayog, Lalit here. If I can add just
Hi,
a
Lalit.
couple of points. Hi.
Yeah, sure.
So when we talk of technologies, right, digitalization, many a times my observation is underutilization of the existing technologies at site. Yeah? Say, for example, you have PLCs and DCS, which is already so matured, but many a times these technologies are underutilized. So as part of your digitalization journey, what I would recommend is first to optimize and harness what you have at site. Okay. Some common examples would be, say, in DCS, many a times the operator screens are flooded with alarms. Okay. These alarms were, configured during the project stage, and in a hurry to hand over the project, they
Correct.
remained as it is. So most of the time you will see the operator screens blinking with alarms, which has no significance to the operator, and it's just a nuisance. So when you talk of digitalization, right, my suggestion would be first optimize what you have, extract maximum of what technologies you have on floor, and then slowly, yeah. So PLCs, okay, PLCs come as part of OEM supplies to you. Now, if you integrate two PLCs or series of 5 PLCs, What value add does it bring? Does it make your process continuous? So these are small steps that you can think of. And then, of course, sky's the limit. We have so many products in the market today. And there's no end to it. That's all. Thank you.
No, thank you. This is a great point, and I've seen it firsthand. The alarm issue, we call them nuisance alarms. They waste a lot of time, everyone's time. We're just trying to fix those alarms, which actually doesn't help the production basically. So I agree 100% with you.
Yeah, correct. Actually, thanks, Lalita, on that. So definitely means these are edge level control systems. They have also a lot of scalability to in-self also controller. They have some storage. We can store over there in controller, as well as we have SCADAs or DCS over there. Definitely, they have their own inbuilt historians and all. So talking about the alarms, actually, I can say that when we commission the system on the site, this automation integration people will know that okay, there was a limit. Example like 80% is a high, 90% high, 20 is the low, and then 10 is the low. So, I know that my process was controlling between 15-60. Example like this. So, if example like there was during this commissioning time, this automation people who, whatever the inputs given by the process team, they will key in those. But actually, once the end users, actually, once they know during the normal process, after taking the number of cycles or after a few months, they know that what is the good range of my operating with that parameters. So I think they need to be discussed with their own engineering team and then correct those operation range or alarm range to put it over. So they will not get that nuisance alarms actually. So I also usually saw that means integration company will be went off after the commission, but still they can receive this nuisance alarm and they say that okay, my operating range is like that, but still I have received these alarms. So these things I also observed. Yes. Thanks.
Any other comments or questions from anyone? And just to remind everyone that this session is recorded and it can be viewed on the ISPE Singapore YouTube page. It will be loaded up in a few days' time. So if you missed the beginning, then you can tune in or rewatch the whole thing. Does anyone have any other questions? We have 5 minutes.
I just wanted to say something that, as Linda mentioned, that we have established a Pharma 4.0 community of practice in Singapore, and Sanjeev is a core member. Sanjeev and Lalit, both of them are core members. So if any of you in the call interested to join the COP, please reach out to either Linda or to any of us, and then we'll be happy to bring you on board. What we are trying to do is to come up with the solutions that already exist and share the knowledge among the pharma community so that various companies can implement these 4.0 solutions. So just feel free to join, just let us know.
Thanks, Sayog. Okay, if there are no other questions or comments, then I think we leave everyone to begin their evenings. I'd like to thank Vishal and Sanjeev for their time in sharing their expertise with us, and Sayog for introducing them and suggesting this session. I hope that everyone's had a good introduction and some food for thought, and wishing everyone a good evening and hope to see you again at our next sessions. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Linda.
Have a great evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, gentlemen. Bye.